Better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matthew Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matthew Johns. Here goes the kick from Johns.
Welcome to the Johns Family Podcast for yet another week. How are you guys? Are you all well out there, people? We're getting some good feedback from you. Appreciate it. Had some from the UK all over, some people with some ideas. Love it. Keep it coming, people. Patricia Johns, back from Queenstown with a vengeance. How are you, Trish?
I'm fabulous. I like being on my own with my girlfriends, away from you people.
Good start.
And
How are you,
if I
Jack?
ever run away from home permanently, that's where I'm heading.
Okay, good. Good to know. Just listen, take it easy on Mum. She got the sulks last week. Okay, we don't want to bring her down. She's relaxed, back from her little trip.
You look like a Smurf right now, Trish, with that hat and that top on.
Oh, Jack.
It's not getting any better.
Cooper Johns, how about you, mate?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm loving that shirt you're wearing. You know how
It's
much I
nice.
love green.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
nice green, isn't it?
Yeah, forest
Beautiful,
green,
nice
I would
green.
call it.
What's that?
The
Opposites.
Opposites. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay, Coops, what's doing, man?
Not much.
In a second, I'll get a little bone to pick with you. You were in Colin Jackie O the other day. We'll have a discussion about that in a second, but just prepare yourself.
Okay. Well, before we do that, why don't we... Jack, if you were a medication, you're the king of prep, so hopefully you've already done it. If you're a medication, which would you be and why?
I am Perindoprol. It's a blood pressure medication.
Perindoprol. Why? Because you bring people's blood pressure down.
I don't know. I just thought, you know what? I'll mellow people out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Not bad. Not
Great
bad.
prep again.
Yeah.
Trish?
I'm Xanax, for obvious reasons.
Boring.
I can alleviate anxiety at the same time. I could probably knock you out and put you to sleep.
Yeah. Talk us to sleep.
Shandor used to... There was a staff member at the Storm that Shandor thought was really boring, so
Called
he
him Xanax.
used to call him the human Xanax.
Yeah. I have heard that used as a little nickname for certain people.
Well, mine's controversial because it's started to was a party drug, but now it's being used, of course, for people with anxiety and PTSD. I'm talking about MDMA. It's doing great things with people with PTSD. In the mid '80s, it was a marital drug, MDMA, and
I might need it.
So MDMA, yes, that's right. Just make
A
sure.
marital drug. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so when people are going through marital problems and they needed to lower the tension, originally MDMA was created and they would give it to people with marital issues.
Wow.
And then what it did in Europe, and particularly in Holland, people started to take it and word went around, hang on a second, this thing is unbelievable. It's giving you this amazing buzz. And so it became this underground drug, of course, moved into northern England and Manchester, and the rest is history. So, yeah, MDMA, I just sit there and get high for myself.
Did they use it in the military in some instance as well? Did I hear that?
I think that's cocaine.
No, what it was, they experimented with it. I think in the army, it might have been the Germans, experimented with it. There's a song by a Liverpool band called The Farm, and it was about where the soldiers were taking MDMA, and what happened is that in the middle of a fight, they decided to stop, and they actually started loving each other and started to have a game of soccer.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Really?
a true event that happened in one of the wars.
Similar to you, I actually had the cigarette. If you don't know, the cigarette used to be used in the 1920s as a medicinal practice to try to help alleviate pain from asthma.
So it was an
That's quite a
In
contradiction.
the 1920s, they got it completely wrong, and
you think?
they were prescribing people to go and smoke.
So
if they had
nicotine?
asthma, I suppose, or whether it was they thought it was opening up the lungs a little bit. But yeah, obviously it does quite the opposite.
I had a teammate who read once that he was into conspiracies, and he said, it's this whole thing about nicotine. Nicotine is actually good. Nicotine gives you aerobic energy, he read somewhere. So before a games, he would sit in the shed and have about 4 or 5 smokes. We're like, mate, get out.
Yeah.
And it had to be replaced about 20 minutes in. He was on the gaspers before the match.
Oh, Jack, let's start with our week this week. We'll mix it up. You got anything interesting? Anything funny?
Anything funny from the week? I'm just trying to think.
Well, mate, did you go to the Knights ball? Is that right?
The
I went
Mark
to
Hughes
I went to the
Foundation.
Yeah, I did. I went to the Mark Hughes Foundation ball on Saturday night last week, so almost be a week ago from when this podcast came out. It was very good. Kira Lee and Hughesy do a lot of good work in the community, and do a lot of good stuff for brain cancer research. No, it was a great night actually. I took Jaden Brayley was my date for the night, and then Lockie Miller and his partner Elle. We all went had a little night where we hung out. A lot of old boys there.
Did you have to play the
And
next
actually,
day?
They played that.
I played that day.
Oh, good. Yeah.
The day of.
Get lucky?
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Hey,
Get lucky?
Nah. I found myself doing karaoke in the late hours, but
Now,
No,
your
why would you say
godfather,
that?
Stephen Crow, said to me, I said, are you going to the ball? He said, yes, I am. He said, I've just run into Jack. And his opening comments to me were, hey, Crowy, let's get maggot. Now, can I just point something out with Crowy? You don't need to say that.
No, you don't need to say
Crowy.
it. It's a given.
It is.
Yeah. No, it was a good night actually, and it was good seeing some of the old boys there. I was chatting to a few of your old teammates, and then this weekend we've got the Sharks on Sunday. It's Old Boys Day, so it'll be a great day down there in Newcastle, and a packed crowd again from what I'm hearing. So it'll be unreal.
Yeah, they're saying another sellout. What
What-
about you, Coops? What did you get up to,
My
man?
week's been pretty. I've been a bit crook. There's a bit of something going around at the moment.
Yeah, in this house.
This house.
Hypochondriac.
I
But,
told you, he's the germ fender.
yeah, he is.
He just
germ-
shares it everywhere.
I just don't whinge about it. I just get on.
No, you probably got it after he was tossing that salad with his hands, like I said.
Yeah, and the
Hey, listen.
That's why I like.
yeah.
Listen, yeah.
Which cell?
Yeah, to be honest, you don't toss salad with your hands, okay?
Well, you did.
Yeah,
Well, you do.
No, well...
I don't know how you're doing it, but that's your
yeah,
that's
I
how
know.
you're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I don't know how other people do
Yeah, I
it.
can show you a few things. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But like Dad said earlier in the week, I was on Kyle and Jackie O, and a bit of an eventful one this week. I had my partner on
You
there.
were squirming.
I really did not enjoy it. I don't
Don't
think
worry. I was listening from Queenstown. I was squirming.
I won't be getting her back on. They cornered her into a corner. They did it very well. They manipulated some of her answers, and they asked her some very sexual answers. Some information I didn't want to get revealed, which put me on show and embarrassed
creepy
me quite
stuff.
a bit. What do you think was creepy?
Well, let's put it this way. I don't want you and Kenneth going shopping together anymore.
That one was true.
I only
For the
caught
listeners.
little bits of it. So what happened when you guys go shopping?
They asked
Yeah.
us. They asked us
Don't.
what the weirdest place we've ever made love in is,
Yeah.
and it was like a shopping, like a
Dressing room.
dressing room.
What is wrong with you?
Was it like where?
When you got to go, you got to go.
Oh, that's not right.
Just jeans?
So
Was
not
it-
right.
At Lowe's.
It was at Lowe's. I was trying on one of those Hawaiian shirts, and Kenna just couldn't help herself.
Whoa.
the big man.
There was a big photo of the big
I
man
just don't
back
want to
there
know.
as well.
Like, there's lots I can cope with.
Well,
I
I-
just don't
We'll
want to
tell you
hear that.
something. Like, I know about you and Dad as well. Some of your crazy little scenarios. So,
Like what?
like, I don't want to talk about it on this podcast.
You're talking to
But
Mr.
when-
Missionary
but let me
over
tell you
there.
something.
Mr. Missionary. That's not bad from you, True.
The two-pump Punisher.
And lazy, I might say too.
And a crier.
It's like Chewbacca.
Well, I've had it all. Trish, you know I'm a doggy man. I'll say, Trish, get off me. Well, I went in today. Of course, I didn't listen to all of Colin Jackie. When they actually got me on and said, okay, tell me, how's my character been assassinated? I had a fair idea something had gone on, like wanking in the gym again. Of course, Kyle got me on straight away. So I've been flogging off in the gym again. That's okay. But a lot of the stuff I didn't get to listen to earlier until I walked into work, and one of the cameramen bumped me, and he had a laugh about something. And I go, "Why?" He goes, "Mate," he said, "your wife and your son just had some things to say about you." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I went in there and one of the wardrobe girls goes, "Oh, yeah, we just sort of heard the news through the people in here that Trish came out and said you're bisexual." And I'm like, "What?"
Well, it's not quite right.
And he said, and I was like, "Can you explain?" So I had to go and see someone else, and they said, "Yeah," and son got on there and said that, that mum thinks that dad's bisexual. He's waiting for you to come out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now it's right across
That's true.
Fox Sports.
That's true. No, that's true. I think it's a very fine line in all men,
Yeah.
whether they're homosexual or heterosexual.
Yeah. Well,
I do. I think that. I've said that forever.
I think you've probably pushed him that way, Trish. Lifetime being with you.
Oh, no, it's not just him. It's all of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
It's all of you.
Yeah, Dave.
Dave.
Dave, Gav, it's all of you.
Yeah.
Dave, Gav.
I think it's a
Jack.
very fine line.
Yeah.
Where do you get
And
these?
that's okay.
Where do you get
No,
this-
it is fine.
Where does these stats coming from?
I'm trisexual.
Oh, it's just me. It's just what I think.
I'll try.
Are you a doctor of psychology, Trish?
No, but you know what? I think a lot of women fine line too.
I envy like gay men, like because I get there and I have to beg you. Oh, can I go down to my local? And I oftentimes think if I was married to my best mate and he would go, "What are you doing?" Oh, I'm just going to go down to the pub. He said, "Yes, sweet, I can meet you down there."
Yeah.
I just go, "Oh God."
Yeah,
You know what?
I don't think that's
men
how
and women
it would go.
Men and women are it is so different, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Just what ideas, things that are acceptable, things that aren't.
Yeah.
Missionary doggy.
But what about your week, guys?
Mine's been
You've been
fantastic.
away in Queensland, Trish.
I've been in Queensland and in Queenstown. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know what I found? I had the best trip up to the Gold Coast on Saturday. I booked late, so I was in the middle seat, which I never am usually. I like a
It's
window
usually
seat.
I have to suit them.
No, I want him in the middle, so he has to do with other people. I met the two loveliest men.
Oh, hang
They
on.
were almost vying for my attention.
They were
I had
on either
talk-
side of you,
On either
just
side of me, we're chatting.
Did you go skiing?
What does that mean?
Just,
You are so wrong.
Can you explain that to the listeners,
No,
Colbert,
you
what
can't.
Cricket just
You're
did?
vile.
you can
and
imagine.
You're about to go in the bin. Stop.
I know, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying for the listeners, because we love our listeners, if you don't know what skiing is, just do the action of
No,
skiing.
we'll have to look at the YouTube and
It's
have
like
a look.
it's like,
Jesus.
hey, nice to
Stop.
meet you, Trish. Would you like the aisle seat or maybe the window seat? And you, no, it's fine.
Trip was good though.
Oh my
You had a
God.
good trip. Did you get
Yeah, I had a
anything
good
from
trip.
customs, custom free?
No, duty free.
free.
No, no. I'm on my path out
Where
wherever
to-
I am, arriving there or coming home.
We had a great dinner
Yeah.
on
Saturday
Saturday
night.
night.
Saturday night.
Yeah, it was a Saturday or Friday
Yeah,
night?
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Yeah, went into Manly. We had some Japanese. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then and like I was at work on Thursday and I'm sort of skulking along at work and I'm sort of, anyway, Jake Duke, who's one of the best blokes, Jake, he's having a conversation with, one of the young producers there. And he said, oh, yeah, I got my birthday party in at Manly upstairs at the Stain. Why don't you come along? And I saw the producer go, yep. And he's turned around and he spotted me. And it's like...
And Dad's sitting there like, hey, Jake, what are you...
And I went, so, Jake, he goes, oh, yeah, Matty, I was actually just saying to, that, I got my birthday party upstairs and, mate, if you go on past, just come up and have one. We're in there having dinner in a Manly. And I said, I might just go and say good day to Jake and have one. 100.
Yeah, it was...
I walked in
Go
and...
Tuku.
No. I went home. I wasn't feeling great because I was crook over the weekend. But Kenna was downstairs staying with some of her friends, and Liam texted me. Liam Alexander, who was at Jake's birthday, texted me saying, "Are you at this birthday?" And I was like, "No, why?" And he said, "Oh, your dad was just up doing karaoke
Of course you are.
during the speeches." So there wasn't music.
Oh my God.
There wasn't any music.
No, because one of Jake's families said, oh, everyone was doing speeches. Then there was just a lull. She goes, oh, everyone's a little bit sort of bit of a reserved mood. And I said, give me that microphone.
Oh my God. Honestly.
And a good time was had by all.
Were they really?
They
So
loved
your
it.
perception of those sort of things is quite different to others often.
You know what? I had a great time. That's all that counted.
That is all that counted.
Well,
That's good.
Given that it was Jake's
Have,
birthday, it might matter.
Have you seen Jake this week? Did you...
No.
Jake resigned.
I've got to send him a text. He's a smashing guy. Him and his family were there. Really nice people. Another guy Saturday night who's like part of the family. You live with him for a while. We had Tino on the couch on Sunday night.
Yep.
That bloke could not be more impressive. We were chatting him out the back, and I'm not going to say what he said because it's his story to tell, but he was talking about why he signed 10 years at the Gold Coast. And myself, Fletcher and Heine walked away, and we just went, how impressive is that bloke?
Did he say it on the show, on your show?
No, he didn't, because he was like,
Okay.
the reasons he said, oh, It's his to say.
Yeah,
But
okay.
some of the things he said in and around signing were super impressive, and he had the ability to go and meet with other teams. It was really funny. He said, "No, I have a real loyalty to the Titans," and he said there were certain teams that I'm close to the coach, and I didn't want to be put in a situation where I'm sitting across from them, and they're trying to sell their club. He said, "I didn't want to put myself and the Titans in that position." He's just class.
He is
Yeah.
class. He's developed a lot since he's gone up there. Like even
Well, he's
talking
only
to,
still very young, isn't he?
well, he's
How
a
old
year
is he?
below me. He's 23, 22.
Yeah.
So, but when he left Melbourne, and all the boys will say the same thing, was a child. Like,
Yeah.
just hilarious, but just couldn't be taken, always taking the piss. We'd always have a laugh.
Was Tino the one in the car where you said he was talking too much? Was
Three
that?
questions,
And you
yeah,
get three
yeah.
questions. Was that Tino?
Yeah, that was Tino. And then I seen him not long ago before we played them at Brookvale Oval, and he come up and we were having a laugh before the game for 5 minutes. And Sammy Verrills was there, and he's like, "I've never seen it." He's like, "I've never seen that side of Tino before."
Oh, is that right?
And I was like, "Oh, really?" He says, "Yeah, ever since Sam's been up at the Gold Coast, he's obviously the leader and
Yeah,
stuff.
and
Now
he's
he's
the
developed,
captain.
but he's just very sort of serious and
Oh, that's
professional. Goes
interesting.
about his business up there."
Said he met with Des. He said,
Yeah.
"I can't wait."
Oh, really?
He said, Des had him in his office going, "Righto, mate, now what we'll do is," and he said he just grabbed me and started tackling me. He goes, but the way he was talking about how we're going to train, he goes, "I've got to be honest, Matty," he goes, "I'm nervous." And I said, "Well, that's a great sign." You know,
I think they're going to have a great year.
the other thing he did, he got in touch with the producer, Tino, and he said, "Is there anyone in the building that can cut my hair?" And because he's on the way down, because his mum had contacted him and said, "Are you on the show tonight?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, I saw your hair during the game the other night. It's unruly. Got to get it cut." So I thought he was going to get it, but we said, "Mate, just find yourself a barber and bring him in." So he brought a mate in who's a barber at Cronulla, and he came in and cut his hair.
Oh, really?
So it's not short though. He's still got the long.
Nah, still got the long. It was
Yeah.
like an undercut.
Yeah,
but, mate,
just faded it up.
It took an hour and a half to cut the hair the way he wanted. And then his barber said, "Oh, Matty, do you want a haircut?" And I said, "Brother, let me just, I'm just hanging on to whatever I've got. I'm combing it in a circle at the moment."
I'm liking Jax at the moment. Very good.
Handsome. Very handsome. Well, Cooper's Nasty Review this week. In the spirit of shit gifts, I was watching a bit of footy over the weekend and watching the Tigers, who had an almighty win over
did
the
they?
Dolphins. Yeah. They did. Appy Coruscant kicking the
How good
goal.
is Appy Coruscant?
Hitting the crossbar and winning. And in the spirit of Luke Brooks' last game at home, what else would you rather want than a barbecue?
Yeah, a beefeater barbecue.
Beefeater
Wonderful.
barbecue they gave him is all the service he'd done for the club, and they gave him a barbecue.
I quite love your article
What
this
about
week,
Nick?
Matthew.
Yes, when he
Very
lifted up the
entertaining.
lid to look what was underneath, there was nothing there. So I did an article
diamond
this week.
cufflinks.
What is better, AFL or rugby league? And I did all these reasons. And one of the things that I said was rugby league treats its older, retiring, and departing players so much better. I said, look at the AFL. They'll give a car, a trip to the Bahamas, a Rolex watch. I said, but you can't take the Bahamas with you. Rolex watch you can lose,
lose
and
easy.
cars break down. I said, mate, the Tigers have shown what it's about. You give someone a beefeater barbecue, so that in years to come, when Brooksy's throwing the bangers on the bar, you can think about all those tackles and he's missed and all the drop balls he did when he was in the Tigers uniform.
But in that spirit,
Not nice.
I went out and did a bit of research and found some other weird celebrity gifts that they got for big events they had. Jonas Brothers, a fan sent this in. A fan actually killed a shark and put it in a tube of water, like a silicone sort of water, and sort of froze it and sent it to the Jonas Brothers.
Like a baby shark.
Like a
I see.
baby shark. They killed a baby shark and did that, which they didn't like.
My name was Shark, was it?
No, it wasn't Amy Shark. The Shark.
God, I love the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, they are. They're amazing.
Gary Jonas.
Derek Jeter on his farewell tour. So when he was going and playing all the other teams would give him a gift at the end of every game. And a couple of notable gifts. One person gave him a pair of cufflinks, and the second one gave him a giant Lego artwork of his first home run.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, how do you get that?
I don't know.
What does that even mean and look like?
I think it'd just be him swinging the bat and a Lego ball that would be going over there. But I thought, what an obscure gift to give someone.
Yeah, not wrong.
Lego Masters.
And my favourite one,
Weird.
That's shit show.
our man Roger Federer, when
Oh,
he
I love
retired, he was over at the Swiss Open, and the Swiss government gave him a gift
Oh,
of
that
a
would have been a
cow.
goodie.
cow.
Oh,
They gave him a cow.
oh Swiss government,
Yeah.
seriously?
Swiss government, tax-free cow.
But I mean,
Stuffed full of diamonds.
Oh.
but what more do you
Oh,
want?
wow.
Free milk for the rest of your life. So,
Well, I
Roger
guess.
Federer. Well, we'll go to a quick break. We'll come back with a very special Jack's 5-1. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. We're just helping Dad under the break, giving him a couple of tips. We also gave him, so now he's got Missionary, he's got Reverse Cowgirl and Roadkill.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So-
roadkill.
Roadkill. Let's push him flat against the surface.
That was just one. Oh, God. I don't want to be pushed across the surface. Bloody Trish pegging me. I mean, Trish tried to peg me about 12 months ago, knocked my front tooth out. This is the other thing. A bloke came up to me on the cameraman and said to me today, mate, can you show us how to do a double Dutch rudder? Apparently you're explaining on the Colin Jackie O show how you and your mate Harry Haywood, by the way, who you named Harry Haywood, doing a double Dutch rudder together.
And I love that Kenneth said, they said, oh, you named him in full. He went, oh, yeah, well, I didn't want to just say Harry and then people think it was Harry Grant.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Let them think it's
fine.
Harry Haywood.
Poor Harry Haywood now is going to be... He's already was bullied at school because people thought when he lost his virginity he cried.
Yeah, because you started that rumour.
I did. But now there's on one of the biggest radio shows in Australia that me and him used to jerk each other off doing the double Dutch rudder.
Have you spoken to him today?
No, I haven't.
Let's
It's
explain
his
it.
birthday yesterday.
Let's
Oh,
explain
is
it
it?
to our
Yeah,
people
Harry.
here. A double Dutch rudder is not actually jerking each other off.
Yeah.
It's where, like Trisha, we're doing it together. Let's pretend that you have a penis, and you grabbed your penis.
grab my
I'll grab
penis,
mine,
and
and I'll
then I'll
grab
grab
your
your
arm.
arm.
And I'll grab your elbow, and you grab mine.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it's not jerking each other off. It's just a different way of getting off.
Okay. Thank you.
Has this podcast?
Oh, I
come
know.
to?
I was thinking
No,
the
Jack.
same. It's like,
Let it go.
it's
Let it go.
got to
It's
go
fine.
into a different category.
While we're on fire,
it
Jack,
cook.
you're 5-1. Take it away.
Well, this week, Coop, I've decided to change it up. I've got a new segment. I've called Guess the Three.
Okay.
So I've now given you 3 bands, and I've told you to write down what you think were their top 3 listened to songs. So I've gone on Spotify, looked at the top 3 listened to songs for each band, and I've got them written down now, and I've told you to write them down. I would like you to start, Trish, to name your 3 so then I can compare them and then give you the scorecard at the end.
Okay, am I starting with any particular band in...
So the first band we're going to go with is AC/DC.
Okay, I'm going to go Back in Black. Long Way to the Top. And then I'm going to go Jailbreak.
Okay.
I was tossing
Okay.
up that and a whole lot of
All
Rosie,
right.
but I think
Matt-
that one would be more popular.
Okay, I've gone
I'll
back
give you a
and
score at the end. Matthew.
Okay.
Back in Black, Highway to Hell, Thunderstruck.
Cooper.
Jack's grinning.
Jack's smirk
I
makes me
know,
think
why
that
are you
Jack got it
grinning?
right. I won't change my answers in the spirit of the game as the quizmaster. Highway to Hell, Back in Black, and then I had TNT.
That would be on there too. I missed them.
Okay. Now, for that round, Trish, you scored 1 out of 3.
Oh, okay.
Matthew, you scored 3 out of 3.
Bush.
I think he may be cheating.
No,
And then Cooper, you've gone 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 ain't
Ain't
bad.
bad.
So I'm just a loser.
Sorry.
Can I just point out straight away, people, I'm not cheating at all.
Yeah, you're probably the
because I
biggest
haven't got
ACDC fan.
Spotify. I haven't got Spotify.
Yeah, that's true, he
I don't.
doesn't.
I don't.
It's Spotify. So the fact that you put a D at the end of it, I know you don't have Spotify.
He's trying to make it past tense.
Sorry.
He's
All right.
Spotify.
The second band,
Okay.
starting with you, Trish, is the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay, I'm going Under the Bridge, Californication, and what's that other? What's the name of that song? Give it away, give it away. Give
Probably,
Give it
probably
away.
saying it. Give it away.
Oh, is it?
It's called Give It Away.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Give It Away.
Okay, give it away.
All right.
Give it away.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Matthew.
I think this is pretty straightforward. I've done exactly the same thing. Under the Bridge, Give It Away, Californication.
Oh, wow. Well, I think
Okay.
I reckon
Coop Johns.
you've missed a big one here. I did Californication, Under the Bridge, and Snow. Heyo.
How's that one go?
There is no way that'll be on the list.
I reckon it is.
Boo.
Okay. Trish, you scored 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Matthew, 2 out of 3 with the same answers.
Yeah.
And Cooper Johns, 2 out of 3.
What was the
No snow,
the,
is it?
The one you left out was Can't Stop.
Oh, can't stop.
wow.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You can't stop the music. Nobody can stop the music.
Okay.
The soul will show.
Who's the third band?
Okay.
Jacko?
The next band, starting with you again. Let's start with Cooper. Let's mix it
Okay.
up.
Oh, no.
Starting with Cooper, let's go with Fleetwood Mac.
Oh,
Okay.
not my strength.
I had
My strength.
the Chain, I want to be with you everywhere.
Oh, I hate that song.
And Dreams.
Okay. I've gone,
Okay.
Jacko, I've gone Landslide, Go Your Own Way, and Chain.
Trisha's changing.
Yeah, I just added.
not allowed to
I
choose.
forgot Landslide.
Oh, Trish, you got to
One of my
maintain. You got to
favourite
keep.
songs.
Yeah, but you can't just...
I didn't change.
You can't do it, Trish. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm putting it in. Okay, mine, The Chain, Rihanna, and Landslide.
Rihanna.
Okay. Cooper, you scored 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 ain't.
Matthew, you scored 2 out of 3. Trish, you scored 1 out of 3.
So is that who won in the end?
So what were they
The
then?
winner by 1 point, Matthew
Yeah,
John.
always.
The old missionary man.
Simple.
Don't mess with
Trish.
the missionary.
That's a song
Trish,
for
you
the
got
end of
4
the-
out of 9. Matthew, you got 7 out of 9. Coop, 6 out
So
of 9.
what was the last one we missed in
Fleetwood Mac.
Jack?
The 3 songs were Dreams, The Chain, and Go Your Own Way.
Okay, so you missed Dreams. All right. Well, thanks for that,
Loved
Jack.
it, Jack. That was very good.
Very good. Some of your best work.
Yeah, okay.
Trish, you got some pop culture for us this week.
Yeah, I do. Hey,
Sure.
the BBC reported last week parental favouritism still happens in about 65% of families. Now, they say it's often linked to the parent seeing similarities between them and the child. Based upon this, who's your favourite, Matt?
Jack.
Can I get a reason behind that? Because you always say that.
Because they are most alike.
Oh, really?
Everything about them is alike.
So who am I like?
You're like me. I know you hate that, but you are exactly
Yeah,
like
people
me.
always go, "Oh, you and Cooper got the same sense of humour." I said, "We really don't." He goes, "Mate, yeah, we sort of do. We laugh at the same
He's
thing."
quick-witted,
Yeah,
like you.
But we're slightly different.
In what way?
I'm
Jack-
cool.
Because I just don't get it. Because we've got the two people over there who, when they make jokes, crickets cry.
Yep.
And then when we make jokes, they
People
laugh.
I don't know. I think I've got the best laugh here today.
Yeah.
Today you have.
Yeah. Well, my friends think I'm very funny.
Throw a dart at the board.
Hey,
Eventually hit the
FYI,
bullseye.
Jack, you're my favourite too.
Oh.
Anyway,
By the way, can I just kind of declare for 1 second, we are only joking, Cooper, because I know you do take this personal. I'm watching you just wither there.
Cooper, we didn't have a third child because we could not make you
A middle
the
child.
middle child because you were the middle child without being the middle child already.
Imagine how weird Cooper would be if he was the middle
Oh
child.
my God,
Pain in the
I
arse.
know. Ooh. Okay, another thing. Some nasty person put out that Deborah Harry, our lady here, Blondie, had died over the last few days. She's alive and kicking.
thank
At
God.
78, I might add. And remember, Cooper, we went to watch Cocaine Bear earlier this year?
Yeah.
Well, cocaine sharks, they're feasting on bales of cocaine dumped off the shores of Florida en route to the US, and they're dumping them.
Really?
Yeah, that's not cool.
You don't want to come across sharks when they're coming down.
No.
No. Well, and a last little piece of pop culture for us. There's been a lot of talking points in the rugby league this week. A little one we wanted to quickly touch on. South Sydney and the departure of our friend Sam Burgess. Matthew, what was your take on it?
I'm shocked.
Shocked?
I'm blown away by it. If Sam, look, I don't know the nuances of what's going on there, but if Sam Burgess says, we've got a problem here, then guess what? We've got a problem here.
Yeah.
And so, it hasn't worked out. Look, Sam, what would have been interesting if Sam didn't have a contract to Warrington? I don't think he would have went.
No.
But I'm really shocked by it. Given where they are at the moment, someone like they've got to get their shit. They've got 2 weeks to get their shit together. Right, they've got a big game coming up against the Roosters, and when you're trying to get your shit together and you're consolidating and getting everyone going, Sam Burgess, in my opinion, would have been manna from heaven.
Yeah.
He's the sort of bloke you need. So I'm shocked by it.
Yeah. And these things just don't come out when you're winning. I mean, it's like I know they've had a tough month of losing and playing a bit inconsistent, but I guarantee none of this stuff would have come out.
So here's the thing. It's like anything. You got to be very careful sometimes in life, right? Being through it, all these different things. But it's like saying, okay, sometimes people pretend to be something they're not until they become that person, if that makes sense. Now, what I mean by this is the back half of this year, I've said oftentimes about South Sydney. South Sydney are an absolutely outstanding football side. who lulled themselves into thinking that they can just flick the switch whenever they want. And that's not the case. And what has happened, they've been playing a really frivolous, careless style of football for too long. And unfortunately, now the pressure's on, that's become them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this next 2 weeks, they've got a massive job. They've got to get everyone in. If there's any splits in the camp or anything going on, any bullshit going on, you've got to sort it out and they've got to get on with it. If they can do that, they can have an impact. But if they don't fix it all, then under pressure against the Roosters, it'll come out.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about
Trish,
football.
no, we had to touch on it somewhere. Trish, Dumb and Dumber, you got anything for this week or no?
No, we've got lots of other things. I'll say that.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Thank
excellent.
God. Jack, your of the week segment this week. Take it away.
Yeah, movie of the week probably isn't going to come back. So I've gone with my new recipe of the week is a chorizo carbonara I made last week.
Oh, yummy.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Give it to us.
Yep. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to boil 300 grams of fettuccine. I want you to throw some chopped onions and a snag of chorizo chopped up in a pan. Let it cook. Let it cook. Let it cook. And then I want you to get 150 grams of grated parmesan, put it in a bowl with 1 egg, 2 egg yolks, some cracked pepper, mix it up. Now, put the fettuccine into the pan with your cooked onion and chorizo, mix it around, and as you do this, turn it off the heat, and then add that mixture of the egg, chorizo, and pepper. Let it swirl. If you turn the heat off, it won't scramble. Keep it moving around. Boom.
Yummy.
That's quick and easy. Done.
And that sounds delicious,
That's it.
actually.
Yeah.
I could eat that
It
tonight.
is. It is very, very
Yummy.
good.
Yeah. Why don't you
There you go.
cook it?
I'm busy.
Nice.
Let it cook.
Nice work, Jack.
Let it
I'm
cook,
really impressed
Jack.
with that one. I want to try it.
Thanks, Jack. Dad's very impressed as well. So well done, Jack.
It is good.
We'll go to a quick break. We'll come back with here's shit you can impress your mates with and some feedback.
Make it short, Johns.
Welcome back to the podcast. Hope you enjoyed those ad breaks. That was some good stuff in there. Dad,
Thank you.
your segment.
Yeah, shit you can impress your mates with. Look, I think one of the most underrated singers of all time is an Englishman called Paul Young. Of course,
Wherever I lay my hat.
Wherever I lay my hat, love of the common people, etc. Every time you go away, so on and so forth. Well, he grew up in Luton, and he was a really nervous kid, had a terrible stutter, and he loved music but was never brave enough to sing out loud. So one day he's on the school bus, and he's keeping to himself, and he's got looking out the window, and he's got his headphones on, like the Walkmans, and he's just looking, and he's singing along to a song. And of course, when you got your Walkman on, you don't know how loud you're singing. I've seen it before. Anyway, there's a kerfuffle on the bus, and he turns around, and the whole bus stands up and gives him a round of applause. And that's when he realised he could sing.
Very cool.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So there you go. I think
How long
that's amazing.
after that did he go
Well, he
on
was
to-
14 there. I'd imagine from there he probably went to singing school, but
Probably
in
pursue
his
it.
early 20s he
Yeah,
really
okay.
started
That's
cracking
enough to
big.
give you confidence to pursue it, though. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
My
What a good
favourite,
story.
remember that video that Jerome Hughes filmed of Craig Bellamy on the team bus?
Singing.
And he was singing the Bee Gees.
What was he singing? What song?
One more hour in my life. What song's that?
Got message to
Got
you.
a message,
Message
to
to
you.
you.
Digital
And he was screaming it. And the whole bus
Oh,
was
was he?
silent. Yeah, the whole bus was completely silent and you can hear him. So
He was going, the teacher told me.
was he
he's
not?
mine."
he was singing it actually high. Like he was trying to get high.
Really?
Yeah.
What
yeah.
do you remember
funny.
you said him? I didn't realise you liked the Bee Gees. What did he say? Yeah, I do. I just don't like any of their disco shit. And you're going, wow, okay, so which two songs do you like?
So I'm pretty sure it's all disco, Craig. We've decided to fade Cooper's quiz for this week. Sorry to our listeners, but we got some pretty good feedback for this
We
week.
do. Let's move on with it. People, we're not happy with you guys being nasty to me last week. David says, Trish, don't take this shit. I want you to have a tantrum and walk out. So that's what's on the cards if you
Every day.
continue to be assholes.
Every day, David.
Ben said, Jack, you'll be happy to know the new surface centre is open this week out at Canberra. No more scary tunnels for you.
Right. Beautiful. Good to know.
Okay.
Pheasant's Nest. Oh, what was it? Pheasant's Nest.
Yeah, well, I think it's the same one. Okay, Simon and the Wilpinjong coal mine guys out near Mudgee. Hello.
Hey,
They
boys.
listen every week. They
Yes.
wanted a little shout out.
G'day, guys. How you doing?
Hey guys, Mudgy.
Yeah.
Mudgy.
Mudgy, part of the family.
And Sean wants us. This is a really interesting one. You want to put your ears on. Sean wants us to get him a leave pass by taking the potty to Vegas for the NRL game. He said it's the only way, because his wife knows that he loves the podcast, that he'll be able to get there in February, March, because they've had a baby recently, and he knows he'd be on very thin ice of being able to get there. So I'm going to put it out there to any sponsor. We need a sponsor to send us to Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't
For the podcast.
I haven't even mentioned this to you guys yet, but we had a meeting yesterday in at work. Myself, Fletch Hindy, our producers, and some of the bosses, and there's things in the pipe. So
Yeah, but is that for
Whoa.
your show though?
Cooking?
I don't think they're taking us.
there's things in the pipe to go over. People, wait for this. They're anticipating 20,000 Australians going over.
I
to
was
Vegas
thinking
for
we
the
could
game.
even take a group. I wouldn't be responsible for them because, like, I don't.
That'd be
I don't
good.
count heads like teaching, like when you take the kids on a school excursion anymore. But that would be fun. I'd be
that's
keen
it.
to. I'd be keen to organise that.
Well, people, get in touch with us if you're interested. We
Sure.
could do it. John's family podcast trip to Vegas. Okay, let us know if you would be keen,
Yeah.
and we can pick up the bat and go from there.
Yeah. I like that. Any tips?
Yes, I've got one. My new friend on the flight, Ben, taught me. On a flight, you get your vomit bag.
Yep.
And you slip it into the back of your phone, into the case, and then you put the other side of the vomit bag in your tray table and keep it locked, and it sits in front so you can just watch. It works. It's genius.
Nice
So you can
work,
watch your phone, any shows you want to watch while you're flying, rather than neck down hurting your neck.
Oh yeah. Okay, interesting. Dad?
I am going to. I was talking to a couple of colleagues today, and they said the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp a series on Netflix is outstanding.
Is it?
Dave's nodding along. They
I
reckon
was
it's-
so done with it when they were like all the media around it at the time that I totally am off it.
No, they say it's very, very good.
And Matt and
Well, we're watching At Home with the Furies at the moment. Me and Dill here, with the Tyson Fury and his family. It's pretty open.
They're a gypsy family, Jay.
Yeah, it's pretty. Mate, his wife Paris is the real trooper of that family, the MVP. 6 kids, and then dealing with him.
Right.
It's pretty open. Bit of an eye opener into his mental health issues and a few other things going on in his life.
His old man's a bit of a character.
Yeah, his old man's a bit of a character, but it's mainly based around Tyson and his mood swings, which is pretty honest during the whole documentary.
Has anyone here watched Fisk before? It's just started on Netflix. It was an ABC series with Kitty Flanagan. Hilarious.
Is it?
Very, very good. Your
She's-
mate, Marty Shegold's in it.
Yeah, he's very good.
I was watching it while I was
she's
away.
excellent.
She's
very
really
likeable,
funny.
Kitty Flanagan.
Well, she's very funny. She's very talented. And today, Matt and I are heading to Brisbane for Joseph's Journey lunch, fundraising lunch.
Yes.
Now, Joseph, some people may or may not know, had a catastrophic spinal injury when he was playing a trial up at Burleigh earlier this year. So we're going up there to help raise much needed funds that he's going to need. He's a quadriplegic.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of rehabilitation. He's going to need a lot of support, a lot of nursing around the clock care when he finally gets to go home to his family. And so we're doing that. And I'll pop that link up. And if anyone or any organisations would like to make a donation, it's totally tax deductible, then that would be great.
All for a good cause. And
for-
Dad's
Well,
doing
you
a bit
know.
of comedy, aren't you? Up there.
Well, I'm going to start off the show. A bit of gratitude, thank you, and then I've got a couple of little stories to lighten the mood off the top.
Well, that's beautiful. Great podcast today. 5 to 1 was outstanding. Recipe of the week was outstanding. Trish, you were great.
MVP?
Matthew, you get the gold.
Thanks,
bugger
mate.
off.
Appreciate
You did
it.
very good.
Good on
See
you guys.
See ya.
Don't mess with